What's up, people? So, while I'm waiting for you, I'm reading this book, Human Instinct by Robert Winston. This is a fascinating book on how our instincts are deep rooted in the instincts of our ancestors, how they lived in African savanna, how they thought, how they reacted to situations, how they reacted to objects is exactly how we naturally react to all of those things, despite our very different conditioning, despite our very different environment. Our first instinct is to react the way our ancestors from millions of years ago used to react. We are similar to them in a lot of ways, which might sound unbelievable, unrealistic, but if you read this book, it's not that huge a book. If you read this book, you will understand the science of it. This is a fascinating book. Fascinating book, honestly, and obviously very educative. If that's a word. All our, these our instincts are deep rooted into the instincts of our ancestors, and this book makes a fantastic case for that argument. What's up? I see someone. So basically, we are trapped inside what is Akshay Kumar is more dangerous than Amir, as per me. Hey, Universal Local. Yeah, tell me how. Tell me why Amir Khan is dangerous, and tell me why Akshay Kumar is dangerous, and then how is Akshay Kumar more dangerous? Hey, Jai. Hi. What's up? Tell me, and also tell me if you can hear me properly. Yeah, so I'm waiting. Akshay Kumar is more dangerous than Amir. Manohar, क्या हाल? Yeah, so let's kickstart this conversation with the topic that you suggested. Because Amir directly insults Hindu culture and supports Pakistan, but Akshay act as Deshbhakt for money. Hmm. See, my honest view is nobody between Akshay and Amir is dangerous. Amir did a film called PK, and he gave that statement, which is more of anti-government than anti-India. That's about it. Same goes for Amir. He says things. Same goes for Akshay. He says things to please some people during the release of his film, which is not very ethical, but it's still harmless. I honestly don't think India is under any sort of threat by movies like PK and whatnot. Honestly, I do not agree with that film at all. I couldn't watch PK for more than 20 minutes. It was a torture. But then I don't think it's a threat. It's dangerous to India in any shape or form. That's my honest view. Same goes for any Akshay Kumar film, or same goes for all these so-called liberals, Anurag Kashyap's and all. These people want to run propaganda machines. That's it. Yeah, thank you. Nobody takes film seriously. I'm very honest. Like there is a section of people that takes film seriously, but that section's views don't matter. You cannot brainwash people through mainstream commercial films. Honestly, Amgan has booked his one-way trip to Turkey. Yeah. So, so yeah. I would still miss the time when we used to watch films without thinking so much. It's it's just entertainment. I know we need to call these people out for their very one-sided narrative, like only the Hindu culture is dangerous, and only and other religions are very secular and very progressive. I know this needs to be called out. Uh, this sends a wrong message out in the world, but then I think we are still taking it way more seriously than we should. That's my view. But then I agree. There is a lot of propaganda going on. Hey, what's up? Your health okay now? Good to see you up and running. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Praddy. Just not feeling 100%. Still 75% there. So yeah, uh, still kind of weak. I have not shot a video. I've just shot one review of that film. I forgot which film. Saira. Except for that, I have not shot any video. Yeah, not feeling 100%. I've watched quite a few films. Since then, I finished Sarpatti. Bollywood needs to make rooted cinema. Yeah, sure. I mean, Bollywood is making a lot of small town films, with all these Ayushmann Khurrana, Rajkumar Rao films. But then we are also bored of those films, right? Those are very small town comedies and whatnot. But I think Bollywood needs to make good films, regardless of the genre, regardless how modern they are or how rooted they are in Indian culture. Uh, yeah, maybe they should make period films. Character don't like such triple time marriage. His daughter age. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Maybe if the problem is, if when Bollywood makes period films, I don't remember the last time I liked a period film that was rooted in Indian culture from Bollywood. We just make them boring. So yeah, maybe we need to make films that are rooted in Indian culture, but then at the same time they are also good films. They keep us interested in what the director is trying to say, what the writer is trying to say. Basically, we are not making good films. That's it. That's why mediocre films like Darlings are applauded as if it's the greatest film in the last 10 years. Yeah, Badhai Badhai Do is a Rajkumar film. I have not watched that film though, so I don't know. I've not watched it. What is the propaganda in that film? I've not watched. I'm bored of small town films, so I did not watch. I'm done. I'm done with small town films. I'm done with the same recurring themes in Bollywood. It's getting boring. I loved Pink. I think we had this discussion last time. I loved Pink. I loved Thappad. I loved some Taapsee Pannu films, Alia Bhatt films. But then we get stuck with one kind of theme like a record, and then we just keep abusing that theme till people get sick bored of that. So yeah, that's what's happening now. But then these movies get great reviews, so who's to blame? I did not yet. No, it's not available. Yeah, it's available on YouTube, I guess, but not yet. I have to watch. There are some films that I have to watch. I have been planning to watch Shankarabharanam from so long now, but better performance, I think Rangasthalam. Very different performances. You cannot compare. He was. I mean, somebody. I may be tempted to say, or anybody may be tempted to say that uh, RRR is just an action film and he only had to look good and whatnot, but that's not true. I think, yeah, yes, Ankit, I'll get back to it, but I think he was amazing in RRR. I think RRR needed a fantastic actor, and he is fantastic in RRR, but Rangasthalam is a obviously a far more challenging role, and it's difficult to stand out in that role. NTR and prediction list of Oscar, just heard but don't have clarity. Yeah, yeah, it's so this Variety magazine. Yeah, I meant Karthik. Yeah, I know Karthik too. I'm yet to watch it. So there's this website called Variety, online magazine. So they just put out a list of their own Oscar predictions, and NTR's name falls way down it. Like it's a list, like these are our five predictions, and these are also our five predictions, which can be then there is something close to these five. Got National Award for Rangistilam. Yeah, maybe. Why not? Small town boy girl trope is overused and nowadays has become very caricature now. Yeah, exactly. It has become very caricature. I have stopped watching these films now. I've heard good things about Badhai though, but did not. It did not interest me. But then I watched Darlings, and yeah, I mean, I was very predictable route. So yeah, so NTR is named like way down that list. It's not this hot Oscar prediction. He's one of the at least 100 names in that prediction list. So I wouldn't get too excited about that list. Uh, but I think RRR does stand a realistic chance when it comes to getting nominated as a film, or in other categories, in action, in special effects and whatnot. If it goes the Parasite way, if they treat this film that like they treated Parasite in 2019. So yeah, let's hope that. I don't know about India if they will send this to Oscars, but I hope it's the other route, because then we only have a chance in one category if India sends it as official entry. So yeah, who knows? So what are my thoughts on Lal Singh Chaddha being a disaster? I'll be very honest. It's a theory of mine. I don't think Lal Chaddha has failed due to boycott thing. I'll be very honest with you. Like, how many people do you think have boycotted it? If you liked, if Lal Singh Chaddha had a trailer that got people excited, I think people would have gone to watch it. Why people did not go to watch it? One, it did not excite people a lot, and then now we're in a different zone since COVID. Now we are like, if I go and watch a film, and like, let's see, with my wife or with my spouse or with a friend of mine, I am going to spend about 1,500 bucks on that one film. The tickets would cost me about 8 to 900 rupees, plus those online service tax and whatnot that we pay to book my show, or Paytm and whatnot. And then when you're in the hall sitting with a friend, during the interval you want to eat something, you want to have nachos with Pepsi. I'm not saying everybody does it, but many people do. Hey, Red. So that comes out to be an expenditure of like 1,500 rupees for one film. For one film, which you can easily see in your living room, like couple of months down the line. Lal Singh Chaddha is not this action film that you have to watch on big screen. So I think people's mind have started working like this. Like, for this money that I'm spending on one film, I can buy an Amazon or Hotstar annual description, subscription, premium subscription, and then I can watch unlimited films and TV series for that one film. So I think that's the bigger reason for our Lal Singh Chaddha's failure, and the failure of a lot of other films. Has been independent of government influence in the Academy's specific era is characterized as a right-wing film, so chances of it being an official recommendation are slim. So official recommendation, it's better if it's not an official recommendation. Like I said, if it goes the Parasite way, then it can get nominated for multiple Oscars. So that would be great if US does not treat it as a foreign film, which they did with Parasite. I don't know the mechanics of that, but let's hope that that happens. There was another question. I forgot what that question was. I was about to answer that. My favorite Telugu film, I think it's a difficult question. Yes, except for RRR and by Bahubali. But the thing is, I have watched so many films from South. If I remember correctly, Films that I have watched from Telugu is Rangasthalam. Hit is a Telugu film, right? Hit is Telugu film. This one Saira is Telugu. Uh, I think it may be it. It's hard to tell. It may be Rangasthalam. Hit is a close second, and this one. What is that film? Agent Sai Srinivasan Athreya is also Telugu. I think I am not sure if that's Telugu at all. But then yeah, the four or five films I can recall watching, I think Rangasthalam would be my favorite. I think. Although Hit comes very close second, like neck to neck. Same goes for Agent Sai Srinivasa. And that one, oh yes, that film that is a comedy thriller with three friends. Mathu Vardela something. Three friends, thriller, murder thriller, and all that. That's also amazing film. Yes, for sure. Rangasalam and Agent Sai Srinivasa Athreya, best writing. You also Paddy recommended me Agent Sai among no Jati Ratnalu. I don't know. This film was recommended to Mathu Vodalera. Correct. So yeah, this one also amazing film, amazing. Orange, yes. Fearless Wolf. You have commented that. I've added it to my watch list. I think. Mathu Vodalera. It's very difficult. These are very neck to neck. All of these. Rangasalam, Hit, Mathu Vodalera, uh, even this action epic Saira is amazing. I don't know why people did not recommend me. So Agent Sai, I was saying. So yeah, Agent Sai. I was the only reason I was apprehensive about watching Agent Sai was because people were saying the thumbnail on Prime, for example, all the thumbnails on internet were not very encouraging. I thought it's a very comedy film and there will be some murder mystery comedy, that will be the entire genre of that film, but that was not, thankfully that was not the case. There was comedy for like first 20-25 minutes, and then it is an out and out serious films with some jokes thrown in. But why don't I review Tamil films? I will review Tamil films. I have watched some Tamil films. I will review them. I was about to review some films, then I got sick. Sarpatti Parambai, is that a Tamil film, right? I think that's a Tamil film, and I've watched more Tamil films. Vikram I reviewed. Vikram I have reviewed, and there is more. There are more films. I also have to review Saira. No, Saira I reviewed. Sorry. There are more films. There are some Malayalam films I watched. Nayuttu I think is one. I watched Pada, Pada. That was also a Malayalam film, right? So I watched that when I was sick. So I had to review that one. So there are some Malayalam and Tamil films that I have to review. Cross genre comparison is difficult. All the films being discussed here have to widely difficult tonality. Exactly. That's why I'm so hard pressed to name one favorite. Like Rangasthalam could not be any more different than Agent Sai or Mathu Dalara or Hit. You can still compare Hit with Agent Sai, but Vadalara is a completely different, a very unique film. Very unique film. It's amazing for its genre. It's perfect for its genre. Yeah, Yes, Kumbhalagi Nights and Must Watch Miracle in Cell Number 7. Okay, I really liked Kumbhalagi Nights. It's an experience. Kumbhalagi Nights. It's an experience in itself. It's on paper it's not very different, but then how the film is directed and how things are kept simple, and then that big weird not twist, but that moment with Fahad Fasil discuss about cricket. I'll discuss about cricket, Manohar. That 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 weird moment with Fahad Fasil, that was fun. That spiced things up a little. So that was amazing. I really liked that film. from Rangasthalam only, okay? But he was already a huge star, right? Ram Charan. Before Rangasthalam, also he was a huge star, right? So, but Rangasthalam, he's impressive. I think I've talked about it in the review that the kind of role Ram Charan has, it's very difficult to fall onto those mannerisms that we usually see in films, that we have seen in films over the last 70, 80, 100 years. You know, to use those expressions as crutch, fall in those Scott expressions, stock expressions, like I cannot hear, so and then just look confused or have a straight face. These are some of the expressions with people who usually play these characters. Telugu cinema, three movies are back to back hits. Okay, which ones? But Ram Charan, he did complete something completely different. First of all, I liked his body language, the way his head was almost permanently tilted towards the side, and I mean, it was zero. There was zero caricature in his performance, because every time I've seen someone playing that kind of a character, somebody who's hard of hearing, people fall into those caricatures. Do almost like a rite of passage. Ramcharan, Priyangastalam, he had great pull, but really managed to flesh with Kumar. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's good to know. But I agree about the last part, obviously, because I don't know about the his popularity, but I am aware. Yes, for sure. Bimbisara was a shockingly hit film. Okay, Rangasalam. Yeah, I of the ones that I have watched, Sitaraman and Kartikeya too. Okay, Sitaraman. Yeah, I've heard about all these films. So the first time I watched who are talking about Ram Charan. The first time I heard or watched Ram Charan, heard about Ram Charan was, I think it was probably Zanjeer, a remake, or probably before the Zanjeer remake. And I watched a couple of scenes of that Zanjeer remake. I think I first watched the trailer, and then the film was airing on TV back in the day, and I watched a couple of scenes, and to be honest, I was like, oh dude, he cannot act because he's bad. At least in the scenes that I watched from Zanjeer, he's terrible in those scenes. So I thought, okay, this is another you know rich boy, son of a superstar Chiranjeevi. Obviously, I know Chiranjeevi from when I was a kid. I've watched his films. His Magadhira performance was great. Yeah, he was good. Not great, but I think he was good enough for his second film. Uh, so I thought, yeah, there's another person who cannot act, but he's Chiranjeevi's son. So yeah, maybe that's why he's getting all this bhav. But then, well, as the director was giving an ode to Mani Ratnam's Roja, great film to watch it if you can. Sita Ramam is that one, which has this Bollywood actress, Mrunal Thakur, right? She's starring in it, I guess. So yeah, I'll try. I had decided I'll watch at least one film in movie hall between Lal Singh Chaddha and Raksha Bandhan, or any South film that is playing near me. Maybe not in original language, but yeah. But then I just not still not feeling better enough to go to a movie hall. Uh, though it's a challenge watching films, South films in movie halls, because like I've said previously, all the movie halls near me, they play movies in Hindi dubbing. Vikrant Rona was not an amazing experience in Hindi dubbing. I could see I'm watching a very entertaining film, but the dubbing was chaotic. It made me confused in all the different ways. Surari Putru, I really want to watch it, and it's there. It's in my watch list. Every day I see its thumbnail while I'm surfing to watch a film, but I'm yet to get to it. So yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Manohar on cricket. Yeah, I have kind of almost not. I almost don't watch cricket now. I was a big Sachin Tendulkar fan, and since he has retired, I mostly keep a check through Cricket Info and all of that. I don't watch a lot of cricket, but it's not to do as much with Sachin Tendulkar as it has to do with the whole 2020 culture. I do not like 2020 cricket. It's boring. It's like how we used to play gully cricket. Kaisa bhi ball aayega, we just had to hit it for a six. I'm not a huge fan. Top Gun Maverick was wow. It was nostalgic, but then it goes beyond nostalgia. Top Gun Maverick is such a beautifully made film. You cannot help love that film. It was a perfect experience. It was a perfect sequel. You couldn't have asked for a better sequel to Top Gun than Top Gun Maverick. And Tom Cruise, it's like ageless warrior. He cannot age. He cannot do anything wrong, right? At this stage of his career at least. John Wick 4, yeah, I'm not a huge John Wick. I have seen all the John Wick films, but I'm not a huge John Wick fan. It's those films are kind of fine. Growing up as long dead is just a money minting machine, or too much of it for me. Yeah, exactly. Too much cricket, too much cricket. Like there's cricket happening. I don't know, 365 days a year it seems. Uh, yeah, Manohar. So yeah, it's not fun. I still like watching Test cricket, but then yeah, sometimes I miss the contest between bat and ball. That's not there, and people keep talking about that ODI cricket should not be there, and I don't know why people say that. S- Cliffhanger, okay, it's not there on any OTT. Who's starring in Cliffhanger? There are some shows. There is a show called The North Water with Colin Farrell that I have been wanting to watch from 5 6 months now. It's not on any OTT. I'm sure I can watch it on some platform, Telegram or whatever. But the thing is, I want to watch it in 4K on this TV. So I do not want to watch a pirated version. So I'm waiting for the North Water to come up on OTT. Uh, I started watching the uh, the John Cena show. What is the name? I did not. I did not. I felt sick. I had decided I'll go and watch that film in the movie hall, The Bullet Train. Yes, I'll miss him when he eventually stops making films, or as much people criticize him for being monochromatic. Yeah. That's true. I mean, I don't think Tom Cruise cares anymore now. People, with every superstar, that's what people keep on saying, right? He's monochromatic, he does the same kind of films. Even I wish sometimes that Tom Cruise did more different, had more diverse filmography, but then I think that comes with the whole tag, so that's okay. But yes, obviously, he's the last of them. Same goes for us in India. Like for a Bollywood fan, Shah Rukh Khan is the last of them. So yeah, I mean the superstar culture is dying as in India as everywhere else. We don't have superstars like Tom Cruise anymore now. So I'll miss that time. I'll miss him. I'll miss that this concept of superstar, which is not there anymore. I mean, talking just from Bollywood's perspective, I think Hrithik Roshan was the last superstar. I mean, the last guy who became or who turned into a superstar overnight. I don't think after Hrithik Roshan and in Bollywood anybody has been there. In South, for sure, it's there in South. I know. In South, it's there. The way people react to their hero's entry or their hero's song. For example, I know about RRR. I don't know about everything else. I know about Rajnikant. I know about Chiranjeevi's status. Still, I mean, I was watching Saira, and it was very surreal. I was like, I mean, because Saira is a very different, is a very recent film. Medium cherishes earlier films like Rain Man, Interview with the Vampire, Collateral. But Rain Man, it's every time I think about Rain Man, I'm like, I was so surprised watching Rain Man. I was like, dude, this guy can act so well. And Rain Man is like, Rain Man came out in barely his fourth or fifth year in acting in Hollywood. It's an '88 film, right? I still remember watching that film. I was I said to myself, like, why does he not do these author bagged roles where he has to really act? Because Rain Man is such an early film in his career, and he's so good in that film. He's giving this other guy, what is his name? What is the other guy's name? Uh, what is his name? The graduate and whatnot. Like that was probably his 25th year in the industry. Rain Man. So anyways, he was with a veteran. He was acting with a veteran, but I think he gave him quite a competition. This new kid, barely 4 or 5 years old in the industry, with this legend who's already a legend. I think Graduate came when 1967, and I think he made his debut somewhere in 60s. Joseph Vijay has so mad one Tamil Nadu that his worst film Beast has done above average. Dustin Hoffman, yes, Dustin Hoffman. Sorry. Yeah, so yeah, you have Dustin Hoffman turning up one of his like greatest performances in that role, which is so popular among critics. When a big star, when a big actor does this mentally challenged or mentally disabled kind of a role, everyone gets swayed by that kind of thing. But then Tom Cruise, who was doing a very regular guy wala role, he still I think stood out in the film, and that's amazing. That's a testament to his acting capabilities. So yeah, that every time Rain Man pops up, and I think of that. I think of my experience. I think of what I was thinking when I watched Rain Man, and how good an actor Tom Cruise actually is, despite what people might think of him. Uh, yeah. So yeah, Joseph Vijay. I'm yet to watch any of his film. I think I started Joseph Vijay's film a month back. I don't remember what was the name. I think there are two huge stars. Apart from Joseph Vijay, there is another huge star in that film. I think it's Vijay Sethupathi. No, it's someone else. So I don't know. Is he a good actor, or is he just a star? Does he have a watchable film? No, I was saying, Saira was surreal. I mean, I was like, I'm watching films of his son, Ajit Kumar. I've heard this name a lot. I'm watching films of his son, Rangasthalam and RRR, and in between these two films, there is Saira, the Ramcharan's father, and he's playing this young guy, and he looks convincing. Apart from behind the scenes work on his all the effort to make him look young. He also has a good shoots in Hollywood movie for few days, but later that shooting cancelled because of a controversy. Baghdad Gaja Dunga. Okay. Hmm. I think there is there's some kind of a jinx. But the Amar or Shah Rukh. Okay. I think there is some kind of a jinx with Indian actors and Hollywood. They just don't uh, sort of make it. I don't know. No matter how good or how big an actor one is in India, they just don't. They are not able to break through. Jerry Maguire, born the 4th of July, film Last Summer, has some of my recommendations. Yeah, right. No, I went on so much about Rain Man because it's one of his oldest films. Have you watched this one, The Color of Money? Yeah, I think it's an even older film. It came out in 1986. It's Scorsese. The Color of Money, I think. It's with another legend. I forgot the name of that legend again, but that's an interesting film. I do not remember anything from that film, but I remember I watched it and I really liked it. 1986, I think, The Color of Money. So yeah, yeah. So that one's also a great addition to the list. Uh, yeah, Interview with a Vampire also. I remember so little of these films. A Few Good Men, I still remember some details because it keeps airing on TV, so you kind of get refreshed and all. But all the other films, the Rain Man, Interview with the Vampire, and all of these films, I never seen them on TV. Paul Newman and Cruise, right, Paul Newman, uh, Dustin Hoffman, yeah. So these films don't ever air on TV. Jerry Maguire. Jerry Maguire was, yeah. I don't like that film a lot. Maybe because I watched it with a lot of expectations when I watched it. Uh, but it's good. Yeah, I watched that film quite late in life. Ended up with a lot. He was a huge star because of his attitude on screen. I don't think he's a great actor, but Ajit is a super actor. Wali, Wali, Magnolia. Yeah, that's another great addition. Magnolia. Uh, I think that film came out in '99, Magnolia, and there is a more recent film with Robert Downey Jr. And that other actor. Okay, I do not remember any names. I can't. Tropic Thunder. Yeah, Tropic Thunder is he was good in Tropic Thunder too. Uh, so there are many examples. I don't know. Then, yeah, to think of it, there are so many films where he has acted well. So I don't know why people don't give him enough credit. I guess maybe the fact that he's been there from nearly 40 years. So all these films are not enough over the period of 40 years. The others are different where he simply lived those characters. Yeah. Can't wait for your reaction to Rajamouli's next film. Mahesh Babu will be out of the world. Yeah. I cannot wait for that film. For sure. For sure. Tom. Okay, yeah. That reminds me. Has anybody watched American Made? Now that's a very recent Tom Cruise film. That film needed his charm. It's a very different Tom Cruise film, and it's a very good film. It's a really good film. American Made, yeah. In Wali movie, Ajit acted as twins. Elder brother falls in lust with his younger brother's wife. I cannot wait for Rajamouli Mahabharata. Yeah, Mahabharata, if it all it happens. Wali, I'll add it to my list. Wali, is it there on any OTT? Or maybe some other Ajit film that's there on OTT. Uh, well, we'll have to watch Wali. So yeah, American Made. Have you watched American Made? Let me add it to my watch list. It's free on YouTube. Okay, Wali. Wali. Surya is also a big star. Yeah. I know about Surya. Wali. Wali full movie. Rajshri Tamil. How old is this film? How many times have you watched RRR in Hindu or Telugu? I don't know about how many times. I've watched from start to end. I watched it first in Telugu, then I watched it with my wife in Hindi from start to end. Modern adaptation of the character Wali from Ramayana. It was a pretty good film. It's there on YouTube, and I hope it's there on YouTube with subtitles. Came out in 1999. Yeah, that's good enough for me. If it's a good film, then it doesn't matter if it's old. I'm trying to see if there are subtitles once the ads stop playing. There are no subtitles, I think. Yeah, not available on YouTube.
அவனை விட்டுட்டு போயிட்டான். ஆனா இவ மட்டும் அவளையே நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கா. அதனால தான் நான் அவனை லவ் பண்றேன்.
5000 கிலோமீட்டர் அந்த பக்கம் இருந்துட்டு என்ன குழப்பாத. போன வை.
என்னடி?
Yeah, no subtitles on YouTube. So I'll try to find some print. Maybe there will be some print on YouTube, which has subtitles. Why can't you start video reactions to trailers, teasers? I do react. I do give trailer reactions to songs. If you watch some of my recent videos with Ram Gopal Verma movie, we watch some of my recent videos. We'll see reaction to this R Madhavan's film or Shankar Bharnam song. They are there. They are not a lot, but they are there. Favorite RGB film. Pretty good if you can look beyond that. Okay, okay. I'll keep that in mind, Praddy. First of all, I need to find that film with subtitles. So let's see. So my favorite Ram Gopal Verma film. I think the choice is obvious, Satya. But let's not include Satya. Um, what else is there? Con, Raat, Bhoot, Company, Sarkar, Sarkar Raj. Uh, it's it's a tough pick. It's me, Sumi, Rangila, Rangila. I've only seen his Hindi films. I think he probably has made films in other languages too, right? I'm not sure. But of all these Hindi films, which is my favorite? I don't know. It's difficult. Have you seen Rakta Charitra? Vivek Oberoi, right? I have not seen that film. Mine are Shiva, Satya, Kon, Rangila. Yeah, Shiva. I don't remember anything from that. That's Nagarjuna, right? Where do you live? Which state? Also about the passion of creating videos on YouTube. I live in Delhi. Delhi, yeah. So YouTube is but the reason I started YouTube is because I was feeling suffocated. Uh, I had all these opinions, political opinions, movie opinions, but I did not have enough people, or I do not have enough people. I think people with overlapping tastes or people with overlapping views to share these views with. When you talk to people, they listen to them, they listen to you, but then you still want to have meaningful conversations. I live Uttam Nagar for 3 months. Wow, really? I in 2013. That's amazing because Nagarjuna said that and Urmila. Yeah, okay. It's his debut film. That I did not know. Nagarjuna and Urmila. I watched that film. I must have watched that film. I think I very clearly remember. I watched it in 1996. I think this film, Shiva. So I don't remember anything except for maybe one song with Nagarjuna and Urmila. But I cannot recall anything from that film right now. 26 years ago, I watched that film. Bhoot Rajkumar, sorry, Ramkumar Verma. I loved that film. I watched it with my brother in a movie hall in Rohini itself. I think I really liked that film. I have not revisited that film since 2003, but I remember really liking it a lot. I thought Ramkumar Verma made good horror films when he was still making decent films. So Bhoot was good. I think I liked it a lot. Ajay Devgan was good. Urmila, obviously. Nana Patekar had a very interesting role. So yeah, it was good. So what else did I like? So yeah, Shiva I cannot include. Satya, uh, Kon, obviously, is difficult, hard to tell. I also loved Sarkar Raj. Sarkar Raj is not a critic favorite film of Ram Gopal Verma, but I had a lot of fun. I thought it was very entertaining. Sarkar Raj. Horror, comedy, action, thriller, or complete entertainment. I do not watch comedies a lot. I do not watch animes a lot. And that's about it. All the other genres, I love. I love horror. Horror also I watch. I don't watch a lot because I think 19 out of 20 horror films are shitty. You should watch romantic films. Yeah, I'm kind of bored of romantic and comedy. It's too early to talk about Rajamouli and Mahesh Babu. It will take more than. Yeah, correct. Uh, so yeah, I like all the genres. I like all the. Though one of my all-time favorite movies is Forrest Gump, which is essentially a romantic film. So yeah, Forrest Gump, then The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Then I'm a huge Shah Rukh Khan fan. Godfather, pretty bland for my tastes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think when I watched Sarkar Raj and Sarkar, I had not watched Godfather by then. I had not watched Godfather by then, and so I could. There's another film, uh, Chocolate, which is just a rip off of. Oh man, so I got to do something of my memory. Uh, what's that Kevin Spacey film? Um Watch Telugu romantic movies. They are very good most of the time. Only like Telugu romantic films. That's I cannot promise that. I cannot the unusual unusual usual the usual suspects. So the usual suspects is also is another film that I watched. It's Hindi copy first, and then I watched Usual Suspects. Same goes with Godfather. So, yeah, so my views are pretty skewed in that respect. So yeah, The Usual Suspects. So Vivek Agnihotri, I think his first movie was a direct ripoff of. It was nice talking to you, bro. Going to sleep. Please do such live interaction more often. I'll support you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tech Wave. Watch Geeta Govindam. It was a huge hit. Hey, thank you so much. Geeta Govindam, it was such a huge hit in South. Geeta Govindam. Okay. Geeta Govindam. 2018. Rom com. It's there on multiple platforms. Okay. Filmfare Critics Award for Best Actress, Telugu. Got it. Okay, let me do my pitch. Meanwhile, if anybody is feeling generous, if anybody is having a good time talking to me, they can hit the dollar sign somewhere. I don't know where it appears, and just make some payment. Your message will be displayed for me. Like if you have a really long message, you don't have to worry about me missing that message because it will be displayed on screen for a pretty good duration, long duration. It would be unmissable for me. So yeah, so you can pay for that reason, or you can pay out of good faith, out of generosity towards me. So yeah, please go ahead and do that. Hit the dollar sign, and you will have my gratitude for life. I don't know what you will do with my gratitude, but you will have it. Geeta Gundam's plot is hardly path-breaking in any way. It was carried with Vijay and Rashmika's performances and their chemistry. Rashmika is that pretty actress who is very popular for her beauty. Vijay Devarkonda, okay. Rashmika Mandana, yeah, right. I know both these people. Turns 4. Okay, it turns 4 today. It released exactly 4 years ago today. 15th August. Wow, that's female lead and in Pushpa. Right. Great. Amazing. So yeah, I mean, it's like further down. Yeah. So Surari Potru, but Shankarabharanam is. I was so like crazily looking forward to watching Shankarabharanam, and I watched like 20-25 minutes of it that night. I think it was Friday night or Saturday night, and suddenly my eyes started to feel really dry, and I thought it's good to go to bed right now and let's resume this film tomorrow, Shankarabharanam. And then the next morning I woke up with a fever, which kept on getting worse as the day progressed. So yeah, I want to watch Surari Potru for sure. So I have not gotten back to Shankarabharanam since then, since I got sick. But yeah, these are two films that I have been planning. Do you have patience for Shankarapurna? No, no, it's not about patience. I told you. See, I started the film at around 2:30 or quarter to 3 a.m. in the night, and I was already sleepy. But because the COVID virus had already started taking its effect, my eyes started to feel really dry. I think it was fever. The fever had started to come. So 20 minutes into the movie, the fever got worse because I was waking up till that, till that time. That maybe I should have gone to bed early, that day at least. So I think 3 or 4 hours after that, the fever hit me like in full flow. So it was not Shankara Bharnam. I'm just saying you why have I not gone back to this film, because it coincided with my COVID fever and I have not been able to get back to it. It's like yeah, once I'm completely out of it, I'll watch that film again. But I've been feeling so low since COVID. I want to watch. I don't want to watch heavy. I want to watch entertaining films. I have been watching all thrillers since then. You paid? Thank you so much. I did not receive any notification though. But are you sure that went through? So that's why I'm not saying I give me as heavy film as you can. I am all for Shankaraban. I think I liked what I watched. I watched about 20-25 minutes. I think I watched up until that point where he gets up. He's singing. This guy is singing in this there's this event happening, and he's fully in his zone. And then some guy comes. Now you too, I will. Some guy comes and he starts talking to a lady, and then he pulls his chair, and his attention goes his goes awry because he's creating too much ruckus, and then he's offended, and then he gets up and leaves. I think I watched till that point, but I was not feeling well. Yeah, yeah, they went. They'll go. They'll go. So yeah, so it's not about Naruto. I loved Naruto John. I absolutely loved that film. I wanted to review that film too, but I've not been able to regain energy. I mean, I can still come on live, and I can talk to you guys too, because it's a very informal thing. But sometimes I have to get into this very formal zone where I do not where I can speak fluently in front of the camera, because I don't like editing a lot. So that's why I'm not reviewing any film. But I want to review Naruto because I absolutely love that film. Hey, Universal Local, thank you so much. I got your payment. Thank you for your generosity. I totally appreciate that. So Naruto was a treat. Minnal Murli I've yet to watch. Minnal Murli I'm yet to watch. Yeah, yet to watch. Pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What's your name? Universal Local. It's a very paradoxical username. Universal Local. Yeah. Now you too I will review. Till it's still fresh in my mind. Shastri. Okay. Hey Shastri. Thank you Shastri. So yeah. But tonight I wouldn't be watching any film from South, because I had to finish um, uh, the Peacemaker, the first season of Peacemaker. I had to finish it. I do not like the comedy in it, but then it's still a good enough show. So yeah. So that's that. Uh, John Cena. Anybody recognize this guy? I think you all are too young. You all are too young for this guy. So yeah, that's okay. Mumbai Police Malayalam movie twist at end was best twist I have ever seen in my life. Mumbai Police Malayalam movie. Okay, I am not. Yes, Hitman. Bret the Hitman Hart. Wow, that's amazing. I'm 40. You're 49. That's great, dude. 40. That's okay. You're 40. That's amazing, because see, the thing is, Praddy, you were there. I think I have asked about 5 or 6 people their age, One is 19 or 18. You still are. One is 18 or 19. One is 22. The other guy was 20. Then somebody was 23. So I'm like I'm the oldest guy on Earth. It's like on this planet. So I'm surprised. I am surprised Shastri is 40 because I was not expecting anybody to be even closer to my age. Praddy is 29. I remember. So yeah, that's a good surprise. Yeah, it's gone PG-13. You look like the actor from the Manadu with Beer movie, but a great time to please watch. Manadu, okay. Okay. Recently, people are telling me that I look like this guy. Sci-fi action, okay. This guy from Boys, forgot his name. The main guy from Boys who gets all this team together. Yeah, so I'm told that I'm a sasta version of that guy. So yeah, uh, Siddharth. No. I'm talking about no, not. I'm talking about the show, not that film, not that film, not Boys. I'm talking about the current show, the superhero show, uh, uh, on Prime. STR from Manadu. I have to look up this guy now. Not Siddharth. Yeah, I know Siddharth. I know that film. I think I watched that film in my hostel in days. Okay, he's STR. All right, maybe. Jensen Ackles, Soldier Boy. No, not him, not him. The main guy, the guy with the beard. What is his name? The main guy, dude. The guy who keeps swearing. And yeah, let me see. Boys. Billy Butcher. Thank you. Billy Butcher, yes. So there have been like multiple people over the last 1 month who say things like, you look like Sasta Billy Butcher, or sometimes people are not that insulting. They say you look like Billy Butcher. I'm like, okay, thank you so much. Yeah, that's great. Billy Butcher. So yeah, where were we? So I remember watching Siddharth in my college days, watching that film. Sorry, Boys in my hostel days. On LAN we downloaded. So Brett the Hitman Hart we're talking. So yeah, it's good to hear that you guys know of Brett the Hitman Hart. Obviously, Shastri, or even you are almost my age. If I ask you to guess my age, will you be able to guess my age, Shastri? What would your number be? Your guess be? So yeah, so Bret Hart. I'm still excellence of execution. So I do not watch. I do not follow wrestling. I'm not 38. Okay. I've not. And Praddy, do you know my age? 35. Okay. So. I don't follow wrestling, but I still watch Bret Hart's match sometimes on YouTube. In my hostel, I downloaded every single Bret Hart match that there is that I could find on Daily Motion, on YouTube, on torrent sites, and I watched, and I have rewatched and rewatched so many Bret Hart matches over the last 15 years. Way after his retirement. Because when I was a kid, I used to watch his matches on TV. We only used to get those matches sometimes. So yeah, I'm 38, 35. Those are the two guesses. I'll maybe somebody else can make another guess, and I'll tell you my age. So yeah, that was great. Bret Hart versus Steve Austin is still my favorite, all-time favorite match. So yeah, that's there. Drishyam review. Drishyam 2 is even better. I'd watch Drishyam. The original language, right? Which is it's the original is Malayalam, right? With Mohanlal. I'll probably watch Drishyam 2 since I've watched Drishyam 1, the Hindi version. The best ending performer ever for me, Hogan, Austin, The Rock might have been bigger stars, but he made wrestling exactly. That pretty much sums it up. Hogan, Austin, and Rock were big, but he made wrestling believable. His matches were was made in Chinese. Wow, his matches were so real. Like sad was death of Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, yeah. I had stopped watching wrestling by his time. I think so. You guys must be aware, right? First in the 90s, wrestling used to air on Star Sports, right? Then in about 99, it stopped airing. It stopped airing in India at all. Then it made a comeback in India a year later, I think on 10 Sports, a year or two, couple of years later. But by the time it started airing on 10 Sports, I had lost interest in it because I don't know why. So after Bret Hart, I was an Austin fan. Uh, I I remember more of watching Austin matches because I was more like I was too young when Bret Hart was around. So, but yeah, I got bored. I think after 2000, after 99, I have barely followed any wrestling. So yeah, Bret Hart was and like his in ring psychology. Attitude was too graphic for our audiences back then. No wonder it wasn't broadcast. No, yeah, maybe that was the reason. Yeah. It's too graphic, and all those and all those divas that started making, Impact, Sable, Tori, and all of them, Sable, Tori, and uh, many more. I know many more of them. I cannot recall names, but yeah. So yeah, any Trish, Lita, yes, and more Trish, Lita, and that girl who went on to become who's an ex girlfriend of this guy. Please watch China. Please watch Karthik 2 in theater to support the film. I don't think it's running anywhere near me. Not China. China nahi. The who was a girlfriend to George Clooney. Oh man, it's amazing that I remember George Clooney's name. So she's an ex girlfriend of George Clooney too. I forgot her name. She was in the same era as Tori Wilson at the same time. Anyways, so no, so it is running in Delhi, but I don't know how many movie halls. At least not near me. Has become Damad of WWE. He's become more than Damad now. I think McMahon has resigned from his position, so it's Triple H. Triple H is the Malik of WWE now. So yeah. Any specific Bret Hart matches that you remember or you like? Since Friday you talked about his realism, is there any specific match that you recall? Stacy Keibler, yes, Stacy Keibler. Karthik to dominating Bollywood, okay. So any specific Bret Hart match? Every of Karthik is houseful in North, okay. Let me see then. Let me see. See, I told you na because I was down with COVID. I'm still not. HBK was in Intercontinental belt. They have fought multiple matches. The ladder match. Uh, where is Karthik here to? Which one? Because they had so many matches. Intercontinental, I can only recall that ladder match because they had so many championship matches starting from 1992 itself. Maybe you're talking about the championship match, Survivor Series 1992. There were no shows of Karthik 2 days ago. Now there are 16. Why cannot? Why can't I find it on Book My Show? Wait. Card. Yeah, there you go. Yes. Book tickets. So original language is what? I personally felt Karthik as average. First part had more suspense. Okay. I also had. Do you? Is it important that you watch the first part before you watch the second part? Because I have no idea what happened in the first part. And what is the original language? Telugu. Okay. Okay. So in Telugu, oh man. So it's sorry. No, both are not connected. Okay. So it's still running in a lot of movie halls in Telugu. Uh, nothing near my house, but yeah, number of places in Gurgaon. Nothing near my house though. Tuesday it is tomorrow, right? Yeah. So I hope it stays in one of these movie halls in the original language by the time I recover. And if I check Hindi I'm sure it's running very close to my house. Yeah, there you go. Hart versus Austin every yeah. Hart versus Austin were all oof, that's I think that's my favorite Bret Hart rivalry with Austin. So, so Shawn Michael, the best matches he had with Shawn Michael were submission match. Oof, submission match is like you cannot talk about that match enough. Uh, so, uh, so even though Shawn Michael has had matches like Iron Man match, then the Intercontinental match that you are referring to, then Championship match from 1992 Survivor Series and all. But the kind of matches that he had with Austin, I don't think I like any Shawn Michael match more than the two matches, at least two matches that he had with Austin. One was submission match and one was the Survivor Series Bret Hart's comeback match. I think no Shawn Michael versus Bret match comes close to at least these two matches. There was only one show now; it's 14. So this film is really catching up, huh? So it's in a lot of movie halls. It's near my house in Hindi, but the problem is I'm not sure if I want to watch it in Hindi. I always have had an opinion about watching Hindi dubbed films. Then Vikrant Rona was clearly a performance meant for entertainment. Austin was Bret Hart was way more visceral. Exactly. And there was Shawn Michaels and Cage Fight. I liked it a lot. Cage Cage Fight. Yes, 1997. Yes, Bret Hart and Austin was uh, yeah, so Shawn Michael because he was a jumping jack, he would like jump from this, and there was a lot of phoniness happening. He would do this, do somersaults when somebody pushes him into a corner. But Bret Hart versus Austin looked real. Like if you wanted to tell somebody, you wanted to fool somebody into believing that wrestling is not scripted, it's all real. That person may actually may watch these matches, Austin versus Bret Hart, and that person would feel like, okay, yeah, yes, you are right. These two and the one in South Africa, dubbed, but something's better than no, something is not better than nothing. John, I'm telling you, because you end up having a wrong opinion of the film if you watch it in dubbed. Ask me. Bret Hart is a legitimate wrestler. That's the thing. Shawn Michaels is a performer, and he's a great performer. Uh, and he's also a good wrestler. Shawn Michaels is a good wrestler. The thing is, he was too much into performance, and that's something that put me off. But yeah, like Bret Hart has had countless amazing matches. Have you watched his match? Not the main one, British Bulldog. With British Bulldog, what house? In Your House in 1995. So they had this Bret Hart versus British Bulldog in Your House 1995 match, where Bret Hart bleeds in that match. If you have not watched that match, please check it out. It should be on Daily Motion, if not anywhere else. Uh, or if you still watch old matches, Sony Live, you can buy a subscription for WWE Network on Sony Live for 300 rupees, annual subscription for 300 rupees, that's it. And you get access to anything and everything in wrestling. I had that subscription till some months back. You can watch matches like from any era, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, all Bret Hart matches you can watch. So yeah, you can buy that subscription, or you can go to Daily Motion and you can watch that match if you have not already. Uh, please do that. So my experience, John, is something is not better than nothing when it comes to dubbed movies, because like I recently said, I did not watch Rocketry. I watched Vikrant Rona, and I did not have a great experience. I watched it in Hindi. I think people end up making a wrong opinion of films when they watch them in dubbing. I think RRR is the only film that I thought was they did a good enough job with dubbing. Otherwise, dubbed films are horrible. The dubbing is horrible. Rocketry, I'm yet to watch. I'm yet to watch Rocketry. Yeah. Is it actually good, or is it just hagiography? Is it, does it glorify the man too much? Because with biopics there's a problem, like is also average. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Because I watched in Hindi. I The thing is, I liked Kicha Sudeep a lot. I only watched like two of his films, Kicha Sudeep. But man, that guy has some charisma. That guy has some sort of appeal. Kicha Sudeepa. I think I've said it in my Saira review that the first time I watched him, NW and Goldberg were feuding with Austin 360, and NW, a horrible gag of Goldberg's unbeaten run shifted the audience's interest. As a well-made film, I don't think it glorified him. Okay, then I'll see. I'll watch. I'll watch. I don't want films to be one tone. The problem with Indian biopics is they're very one tone. Let's see. I that it's in my watch list for sure. Rocket. It's there on Prime. I see it every day. Every day. Yeah, that's the thing. So WCW ruined Bret Hart's career, right? They did not know what to do with him. Once he came off from Montreal screw job and he came off really hot, they could have done wonders with Bret Hart, but they killed his career. And then he had his injury thanks to Goldberg. That kick. WCW was horrible. They could have done so much. They could have done so much with Bret Hart, and they chose not to do anything. That's a shame. Yeah. So there is a segment with Bret Hart and DDP2. Yeah, for sure. So there is a segment with Bret Hart and Goldberg in WCW, and where Bret Hart has come wearing a hockey thing uniform, and he's challenging Goldberg, and then Goldberg comes after a while and he spears Bret Hart. I will not reveal what happens. If you have not already watched, you should. If you have not watched that, you should definitely check it out. It should be there on YouTube or Daily Motion. Uh, so yeah, there is so much I can talk about Bret Hart with you, for hours and hours. So let's get to Didi was a thing on par with Goldberg. Sting at his peak. Horrible booking killed off the whole thing. I know, horrible booking. So yeah, same for Bret Hart, same for DDP. I don't know how they can go wrong with booking for these amazing wrestlers. I think he then came to WWF, right? Because I have not followed his career a lot. DDP's career. I heard about him so much, heard about his WCW struggles, but I don't think I've watched many matches, or I don't recall watching any specific match of his. So, but he did cross over to WCW, like once WCW shut down. I think he did go to WWE, right? Or did his career end before that? Bret Hart's did. So yeah. After W acquired WCW, Vince ruined W. Acha. He ruined him completely. Wow. So that guy had a Sting didn't want on a crossover. Yeah. Sting, I think he, yeah, Sting. I have heard stories about how he did not want to be part of WWE at all. I think he recently made a comeback for a match, right? Very recently, he had a match with somebody. It was really talked about. I don't know. Yeah, guys, sorry if you are getting bored with our WWE talks. I think me and Praddy have to. Yeah, versus Triple H. Yeah, did that match take place? Wouldn't dare to make a film like Ega also 10 years late? Yeah, Bollywood cannot. There's nobody in Bollywood who can even try his or her hand on something like Ega. There. Bollywood is about what's the latest trend, like what is out there in the market right now. So let's just follow that trend, and let's make movies only on that theme. So that's the problem with Bollywood. I don't know if it's the same problem in with other industries, but with Bollywood, definitely, it's there. It's like a herd. It's a herd mentality. One or two films over a certain theme work, and then everybody starts making the same films. So yeah, I agree. Vikram Veda is a next big flop. Who knows? I mean, he did uh, he did support Lal Singh Chaddha, Hrithik, so who knows? And then of course there is Saif Ali Khan, who right wing already hates. So yeah, maybe. But I don't think I'm not sure if it's boycott. I think people are just bored of going to movie halls, spending all that money on a single film when they can watch infinite number of films for like year round for the same amount of money for less money. So yeah. So most people have watched original Vikram Veda. Not most people. Not in the north. Not in the north. Not in the north. Most people are aware of Vikram Veda, but most people, there are too many. There are too many people in India, right? I have not watched it. I'll never watch Amir Khan movie again. Never watch it. What Amir Khan movie? It's talking about LSC. Vikram Veda is different. That's Hrithik and Saif. Uh, it's surprising that the whole boycott thing did not come into effect during Dangal's time, because he said it before Dangal and everybody boycotted him. But when Dangal came, people had already forgotten about PK and that statement of his. But suddenly people now remember. So that was sort of weird, but whatever. Uh, who else was? Vikram Veda will, yeah, its release more will lose the original. Yeah, probably. That's true. That's true. So there is this Shawn Michaels match with Mankind that took place in 1996. Brady, if you're still there, watch that. So yeah, that's true. More people will watch Vikram Veda by the time the Hindi version comes out, which is I think 30th September or something. In Your House. So there's a Shawn Michaels versus Mankind match in Your House 1996. You should check that out. It's there on Daily Motion. What else is new? What else have you guys watched? I don't support any remake movie from any industry. I always watched the original before the remake release. Watched it, man. I probably watched every 5-star match rated by Dave Meltzer in The Observer. Okay, I've heard that name, but I have not followed this guy. But I've surely heard of this guy. Dave Meltzer Observer. Hmm. So have you watched the other match I recommended, Hitman versus British Bulldog? Not their main clash in 1992, their championship match in 1995 in Your House. Wait, in Your House 5, yeah, maybe. Yeah, in Your House 5, yeah. You watched it? Wow, it's there on YouTube too. No, it's not on YouTube. It's on Facebook. Okay. Yeah, that one. Content is not available. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I have the box set. Vijay Sethupathi gave his best performance in Vikram Vedha. Hmm. I'll watch. The thing is, because I'm a in this respect, I don't watch remakes either. But since I'm kind of I like Hrithik Roshan, I like Saif Ali Khan, so that's why I've been like really looking forward to this film. That's why I've avoided the original. That's the only reason. Ah. So yeah, so I'm 36. I'm 36. I think you are pretty close, both of you. Uh, Debatable. Yes, Sethupathi was just as brilliant. Super Deluxe in '96. Okay, '96. I've heard of that film. Super Deluxe, obviously, but '96, 2018 film. In Tigers in the yes, sir, sure, working together because they don't want to show Pakistan as well. That's true. That's true. That happens in Bollywood a lot. Hmm. 96. Sorry, 96 is in Prime. Yeah, it's in Prime. Oh, there are so many movies, man. There's so many movies. So yeah, that's true, Shastri. The thing is, Bollywood has done that a lot, showing Pakistan in a positive light and showing Hindus as backward people. All this bigotry that is there in Hindi film characters. That bigotry rests in the heads of Hindus mostly. So I totally agree with that part. It's like beyond a shadow of doubt. But then I also feel like we should not take these things too much to heart. That's my personal view. So, yeah. They should ISIS and drawn same line. Tigers in there. Oh, sorry. Tigers in there. Okay. What to do? did not watch that film. I remember watching the trailer Tigers in there. I was like, no, dude, I cannot watch this film. This looks too bad. The tiger still looked fine, but Tigers in there is that trailer was such a shitty trailer. I was like, no, not happening. Trisha. So what do you guys think of Saira Narasimha Rao? Because neither did I get any recommendation for that film, nor has anybody picked up on that in this session. I've mentioned it multiple times, but you guys have not reacted. Is it not? Is it not a very liked film in in your circles? Because I can't imagine why. Like Bahubali is such a popular film, and I, to be honest, I liked it more than Bahubali. Yet Bollywood almost always finds a way to do the impossible. Show it as this misunderstood country with showed it as this misunderstood country with good people. For example, misunderstood country with good people. Acha, you talking to Pakistan? Yeah, yeah, yeah. RR is categorized as a right-wing film, so chance of it being official recommendation. What happened there? Yeah. So, People say Saira is a financial failure. It was good. It didn't, but I know it's true or false. Sorry, my phone got glitched up, but that's okay. But I liked Saira a lot. I liked it more than Bahubali. Uh, for multiple reasons. First, I thought for sure that Saira has better effects, visual effects than Bahubali for sure. I have no doubt because Bahubali effects at places they break. They don't look that great at places. Uh, and overall also I think the acting, the dialogues were a bit better than Bahubali. uh, Again, it was over the top and there are some issues. Chiranjeevi's performance is amazing. It's great performance by Chiranjeevi. The film has a lot of heart. I thought Bahubali has a lot of heart, but I think it's still more into visual thing. But Saira, I thought had more emotional depth, had more gravitas. I thought Saira, and it's so beautiful to look at. It's not just the action scenes, everything. The When they show prosperity in that place, when people are happy, when there is destruction, and then all those battle scenes, and there are so many battle scenes. I thought I was surprised. I did not expect a lot from that film when I watched it because nobody had recommended it. I don't know why I watched it though, because even though nobody suggested that film, but I still watched it, and I'm happy I did. So yeah, Saira was well written, has a weight title band is far better. Chiranjeevi is a completely different league to almost anybody else in the Telugu industry. Yeah, exactly my feelings. So yeah, so I don't know. It's bad that it's such a financial failure, if it is, especially compared to Bahubali, which is huge. I have no doubt that I like it more than Bahubali. Um, so yeah, uh, but such a beautiful film, man. Such every single frame of Saira is just a treat to look at. Uh, Flawed because of Joker and War, right? It didn't have such great grand and Sattler has brought back a lot of money. Okay. Yeah, yes, Joker and War may have uh, impacted it a lot. For sure. Bad time. I think yeah, it leaves on the same day. So yeah. Guys, let's call it a night then. It's 1.5 hours. It's amazing. I barely broke even, but managed to post zero losses. Wow, that's not great because the film it's obviously very ambitious, and I think they were able to execute their ambitions quite well. So yeah, that's it's sad that film did not make their producers even more rich. It should have. So good night, Rastri. Thank you so much for hanging around. Sometimes these sessions run for even 3.5, 4 hours. Hey Dikshant, you're quite late, buddy. Anything? You have anything specific to say, or any question to ask? Kala review Malayalam film has the most violent action scene. Kala review Malayalam film. Is it not a Rajnikant film? Kala is Rajnikant, right? Good night, Paddy. Alrighty, guys. I guess let's leave it at this. Uh, we'll catch up again. Good night, Dikshant. So you had nothing to say, Dikshant? Do you have any question to ask? I am willing to answer now that you came online. We can call it a night after that. Thank you, John. Great chatting with you too. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in my next live session, which might happen uh, one of these days for sure. So yeah, let's see. Maybe Wednesday night, or maybe soon after that, for sure. Yeah. It's what it's. Is it Monday? Yeah. So I'll try come live Wednesday or Thursday maybe. I'll post it on the channel morning itself. Then morning or noon itself. Then yeah, we'll come live. Bye. Bye. Thank you so much. Good night.